What's up, fight fans? Thank you once again for coming through. Much appreciated. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Shocker. Shocker, shocker, shocker. For me, the biggest upset of 2018 in the boxing world. I'm trying to think of others. And I can't think of anything. No. I did have Vladimir Klitschko favourite over Joshua, but that wasn't a shocker. I'm trying to think of all... Chocolito. Chocolito losing was a bit of a shocker. But this is bigger for me. James Degale, who I have as the #1 super middleweight in the world, especially after Badou Jack's gone, Andre Ward, all the big boys have gone up to 175. I have him as the #1. It's close, but I have him as the #1. And he is no longer that. He's no longer the IBF super middleweight champion. He has lost. He lost by majority decision to Caleb Truax. Am I pronouncing that name correctly? Just for the record, before we get into it, I had the score 116-112 to Caleb as well. So this wasn't an upset for me. This wasn't a controversial decision, sorry. I had Caleb winning that fight. And that's bad news for James Degale. I can't express how bad of a result for James Degale that is, for a number of reasons. Obviously, you know the problem is with James Degale? In the lead up to this fight, I've heard everything but Caleb Truax. I've heard Eddie Hearn. I've heard Al Heyman. I've heard George Groves. I've heard Chris Eubank. I've heard Chris Eubank Sr. I've heard Ramirez. I've heard possibly going up to 175. I've heard everything apart from I've got a fight coming up. It's going to be tough. Got to get through this fight and then bigger things in 20. I've not heard that. He seems to have spoken about every single possible thing apart from who? His opponent. And you just can't overlook boxers. Boxing is that sport you just can never overlook people. And I feel like James Degale has overlooked this guy massively. And it's come back to bite him, and it's come back to bite him big time. Look, James Degale isn't a draw, and I've questioned why, but nonetheless, he isn't a draw. He's no longer a champion. He's not going to get the money he wants anymore. He's very much saying the stuff like, I saw an interview with him in IFL where it's, look, I went with Frank. Frank offered me good money. I'm in a great position now. Eddie didn't want to pull out the money. Well, Eddie's not going to need to pull out the money now because you're not going to be worth anything. You're not a champion. You're not a draw. Look... He possibly still will get the winner of Groves versus Eubank because they're big money fights, but he's gonna have to take low ball money, and he doesn't seem like the kind of person that his ego can taking low ball money for him versus Groves or him versus Eubank. But that's the position he's in. Can he get the rematch? He's probably gonna have to try and get the rematch. Frank must. I pray to God Frank's got a rematch clause in there. If he does, he's gonna need to exercise that and get that rematch clause. Another thing he needs to do is change trainer. I don't know if it's too late, but he needs to change trainer. I've watched a lot of James Degale fights, and James Degale is a fantastic backward foot fighter, so he's very good at fighting backwards, right, fighting on the ropes, but he does it far too much. Gets tagged far too much. Jim McDonald and him have been together for a long time, but he needs to switch up. I don't know if it's too late. He's only got a couple of years left, he said, but I don't know if he wants to switch trainer. But I feel like he's in a comfort zone sometimes. He needs to get out of that comfort zone. And he needs to go with someone who's not a yes man. That's what and people might scream and shout on the video, but that's the way I believe it. He gets caught too much. He, at stages in that fight tonight, he looked like a fighter that has been in a few wars. He looked like a fight, and he has been in wars. Lusambuti was physically tough on him. Badou Jack was very hard. Even parts of Andre Durrell were very difficult. And I wonder if he's recovered from those. I know he's took a long time out of the ring, but I wonder if those fights have taken a lot out of him. I saw an interview with James Degale, I think it was a paper interview I read, and he said he's only got 2 or 3 fights left. And I was like, what? Maybe he has. Maybe he has. But now, no longer being champion, he's not going to be able to get the money he wants. So those 2 or 3 fights as champion are a couple of million. Those 2 or 3 fights as a challenger, boy, all bets are off. But James Degale, no longer IBF super middleweight champion. I haven't yet gone to Chris Eubank's Twitter feed, but no doubt Chris Eubank will be saying something. He said that Chris Eubank Sr. is a shit fighter. No doubt Chris Eubank Sr. will be saying stuff. Wow. What do you guys think? Let me know. Peace.